Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of February 14th through 20th of 2022. So, okay, the cards are a little slow at this moment. There's none out yet, and well, we'll just keep going. So I'm just going to ask, I'll tap in and ask all your guardian angels if they have a pre-message for you. A lot of times they will come through with something. And so, okay, what's coming through right now is to breathe deeply. Get right to the bottom of your lungs. Really breathe like the fresh air with enjoyment. Fresh air with enjoyment is what's coming through. So, go outside, get some exercise outdoors. Be careful of ice, is what they're saying. So, that would be for places in a climate like the one I'm in. For those of you on a different part of the world, I guess you probably don't have to think too much about ice underfoot. But the idea still is firm that, getting outside, get into the fresh air, breathe deeply. So, getting some exercise that causes your heart and lungs to work for it, that would be a very amazing thing for you for this week. Okay. All right. And now finally, all the cards are actually out. So let's see what they have to tell you. Oh, okay. Same thing. Connect with nature. And it is exactly that. Noticing how the air feels as you're breathing it deeply. Touch the trees. See, examine them. Like, are there buds coming or no? Or is this an evergreen and is it healthy? Is it, or is it losing lots and lots of needles more than it should? Notice any other stirrings of the earth is what they're saying. Like, so it is like pre-spring, still winter, right? But things are changing. Things are moving. Things are advancing. Even when it's dormant, we can still feel the changes that are happening below the surface. It's palpable. And so get out into the nature and notice those things. Feel them. See what it's like. Okay, beautiful. What is your passion? Here's the Black Panther, passion. Does it say follow your passion? Follow your passion. It feels like there's something, it's not necessarily new, but you haven't been doing it. It's something different from what you've been doing. Is a passion. And again, it's not new, and yet you haven't been doing it, so therefore it's new. Right? What is that thing? When you feel into that, what is that you haven't been doing that you are passionate about? Somehow you've been distracted. You've kind of gotten like I want to use the word stuck, and yet they tell me that's not quite accurate. It's a choice all the time and therefore not stuck, but it's something that you've fallen into the habit of. It's a pattern. That's a better description of it. And it would take quite a bit of effort on your part to break out of that. And so in your beliefs, I guess, whatever that this passion is something that you shouldn't do because it would take too much effort or something like that, is how that feels. You could do that. You could keep ignoring this passion. You could keep putting it by the wayside, but you'd be a lot happier if you just did it. And yeah, it'll create some challenges in your life, but you're up for it. I mean, a new challenge for you? Yeah, you're up for that all the time, right? So your angels are kind of Like they're encouraging you to really go for this. Other things, yes, might have to be, fall by the wayside, but in order to make room for this, but that's how it should be. Or there's other ways, you can get help to cover everything all at the same time while you pursue the new thing. Okay. All right. See how that goes for you. It feels like something that isn't going to go away until you do it. Okay. All right. Birthday. Somebody's birthday coming up. Or is this a new person? Is there a baby coming? Oh, interesting. So, so there's a significant birthday coming up, whether it's yours or somebody else's. But on that day, then something will become clear to you. And you will kind of go, oh boy, didn't think of that. Or, like this, it's a boot in the butt that you needed, or something like that. Somehow it's an aha moment, this significant birthday. So they're kind of telling me that it's maybe going to surprise you a little bit. And so you can, it's something you can't really prepare for because it will surprise you. Even though they're telling you right now it's a birthday and it'll be an aha moment. They're not telling you whose birthday or how far away that is or any of that stuff. They're just kind of giving you a heads up about a birthday. Okay, that's all I'm getting about that right now. Okay. So you have, here's the elephant with to represent your sense of resolve. So it is kind of like that determination to get through any obstacles or roadblocks that are put in your way. And you have that resolve, you have all that strength that's required to do that. And it feels just very matter of fact. It feels like nothing insurmountable. It simply feels like, yeah, here I go, and I'm doing this, and oh, okay, I have to deal with that little thing, and fine, okay, deal with it, and keep going, and feels very matter of fact. Feels very much like no big deal, no big deal at all. So this is you once you've decided on something. This passion, it feels like you haven't quite decided on it yet. And that's why it feels like a big, taking a lot of energy, taking a lot of effort. But your normal way of being is to simply treat obstacles like little road bumps. No big deal, just handle it and keep on going. And so you have everything that it takes to do this, what you're doing. What your angels want you to do is more accurate. Okay, all right. And okay, and you just can't make this up. Here's your assertiveness that again, you naturally have this assertiveness. Like you don't let anybody run all over you. And you've had yourself, kind of to talk to. So in the past you've had boundaries, but then you didn't enforce them. And it's been your own choice not to enforce them. And so recently it feels like you've been actually enforcing these boundaries, and now it's time again to do that. It's like every time you need to make a change or really reinforce what your boundaries are, that you have to be assertive to do that. It's not a matter of just saying once, no, this is how this is going to be. But you have to prove it like over and over and over again. It's like you have to be really persistent and really assertive to keep your own boundaries. And in the past, you maybe got tired of doing that, and so you didn't, or because it was that particular person who you didn't want to, drive them away or whatever else. And, you've evolved. You're at the point now where it's like, well, no matter who that person is, they can respect me and my boundaries. And they just will have to learn how to do that. And so it's like, yet again, you're going to have to do that. It's feeling rather like, oh my God, are you still not respecting me? And you might have to do something about that separately, right? That's partly where this assertiveness comes from. And it's this resolve. This is you. This is who you are. If they can't accept you for that, well, that's a problem. And you're getting to the point where you fully understand how they have not been accepting you, even though you didn't really realize that. It's kind of a hindsight thing. But yes, you have this assertiveness required to stand your ground and be who you are, no matter what somebody else is trying to push you into or out of. Okay. And along the same lines, again, you have the determination to follow through on this, to create what you need to create, to have the life that you need, that you are destined for. Sometimes there are detours. It feels like this is a detour for you, but you have the determination to get through this, I guess kind of rocky, but it's just not quite as smooth as the rest. And it's a decision. And so you have everything that it takes to get through all this. No problem. No problem. Okay. And here we have the daily guidance cards. And let's see, what's one last thing, bit of wisdom. Entrepreneur. So yeah, it feels very much like you have the entrepreneurial spirit and the knowledge that you can, really develop this on your own, or you have help if you need it, and it's all good. You have that determination and the assertiveness and the resolve to do well at this, to think independently for your own self, to create your own rules, to make it how you need it to be in your own business. So, and some people are like, they have all this and they choose to work for somebody else, and that is also perfect. As long as the place they end up in resonates with them and they can use their skills, then that is great. Okay. All right. That's quite a deep reading for you in the end, isn't it, Libra? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much. And I love you. And I will see you next week.